start off by adding some olive oil. Only ever use olive oil because there's so much flavour in there. Do not use anything else. And once that's come to some heat, we're then going to add in some onion, some peppers. Because what the farm workers would do is they would use it and they would get hold of any ingredients they could, which would usually consist of your peppers, tomatoes, onions. We'd say we're cooking the perfect paella, but it's such a wide range of things because once the Valencian rice became more widespread around Spain, then lots of other places in Spain started adding in their own ingredients, such as seafood. That was never an original ingredient in the paella. But today we are going to put some of that in there. This is nice and flavoursome. That should probably do us. Right, once that's sweated off, we then want to add in the meat. Again, chorizo was not traditionally an original ingredient, and some people in Spain, especially in Valencia, will still stay strict to the original recipes, and they will never add any seafood, will never add any chorizo, just stick to the snails, stick to the peppers. But chorizo's got so much flavour, we love to whack it in there. It brings all the oils out, that'll sweat through and get into all the vegetables. Once that's in, we've got some duck to add in there. So today we're putting duck, chorizo and some prawns in there. Which hopefully should be nice if we're lucky. We're going to add some garlic in there. When we get around to it, I'll tell you what the spices that go in. Because there are a few spices, and some of them which have changed through the years to make it like mainly through cost. Like today we brought saffron along with us, but you might not know, but saffron is actually per gram is more expensive than gold. So it is commonly replaced with turmeric for the colour. But if we're going to do it properly, we brought some along with us today. Garlic in there, not too much because you don't want it to take over the flavour. Right, that cooked off nicely. Right, okay, I'm going to add in the king prawns now. We haven't brought too many. We don't want the flavour of the fish to take over the flavour of the whole dish, which is the same with a lot of the flavours in this dish are quite powerful and they will try and take control. So you've got to get a nice even amount to kind of get it all together. Okay, once those king prawns are cooked off, we're then going to add the rice. You don't add any water yet, you cook the rice from dry. You use pearl rice. Don't ever use, it's a bit more expensive, but don't use basmati or long grain rice. It's just not how it's done really. Just to get a lot of people don't think when you cook a paella, when you cook it, the rice is supposed to have a bit of a crunch to it. Like in our restaurant, we'll sometimes send it out with a bit of a crunch, and straight away the customer says it's not cooked properly, but you've got to trust it is. It's nice to have a bit of crunch. Right, get that rice whacked in. Right, so you want to fry off the rice first, before you add any water. And you've got to, again, just like normal rice, you've got to be careful how much you're adding in because it is hard to gauge really, because you end up with a mass amount when you don't want a mass amount. Yeah, so we're going to add the tomatoes now. You want to with your tomatoes, a lot of places in restaurants, they don't tend to add the tomatoes. If you look back to the old recipes, they did because they're easy to get hold of. And with the tomatoes, you've got to be careful not to put too many in because it can make the dish very acidic. You literally just want a small amount. Like we've only put, I think, 2 tomatoes in this whole dish here. So you're making one for a family of 4. You don't even want to put one, if not even a half. So the spices. So we've brought a mixed spice that we've put together already. We've got garlic, cayenne pepper, sweet paprika, salt, pepper, and cumin. Cumin, that's the one. What we're also going to do is add a bit extra the sweet paprika. Try not to get hot paprika or smoked paprika. Try and get sweet paprika. Add cold water. Should never cook anything with hot water because in your pipes there's bacteria. So even if you cook potatoes at home, always use cold water from the tap. So you want to just about cover. You don't want to make it swimming in it. Just about cover the rice, nice thin layer, and you basically just let it boil. You get it up to boil and let it simmer down until the rice comes through. Sometimes you might need to add a little bit more water, sometimes you don't. Peas going towards the end. What they would usually do in Spain is they would add green beans or any kind of green vegetable to the dish to kind of give a bit of a nice bit of flavour, a bit of a texture, a bit of niceness really.